All right. Hopefully the camera don't mess up on me. It was doing some weird stuff earlier, but anyways, welcome back, Aries. You are getting another reading today from yours truly, ES the Hermit Star. Thank you for trusting me to be your reader for today, or at least one of your readers for today. This week, I am doing a general reading for the first week of September. September. I love saying September in Spanish. I just love how it's pronounced. But before we get into anything else, into the actual reading, once again, thank you for coming along here. Personal readings, you'll find info on that in the description box below. More on that at the end. A few things that I do want to implement here on the channel in these readings. For starters, like other readers out there, or just other individuals who are more so intuitive and just more so have a connection with spirit, even you as well. You might get downloads. You might get downloads from the universe, from spirit, and I am going to tell you the download that I got today that I feel as though it's applicable for all of the signs that I will be reading for today. I just did the Virgo reading. If you have Virgo in your chart anywhere, or if you just want to be a cross watcher, go ahead and watch that. This is your reading and your time, Aries. But anyways, so the message that I got today, as far as my personal download that I got today, as you can see, I am in a new space. It's not necessarily new. This is my room. I usually want to do the readings in my dining room, which is where I was at the previous reading that you may or may not have watched. If you haven't watched it, go watch that reading after this one, of course. But yeah, I'm in my room because I'm not the only one home at this moment. I don't want other people's energy, or just other people and roommates that don't even believe in this stuff, or at least if they do, they haven't expressed it to me. But I don't want other people's energy to interrupt what I have here for you, Aries. So I'm in my room. And I'm working on getting my own personal space, so I don't have to necessarily worry about roommates or others coming into my sacred space or interrupting readings. But the message that I got was, and I always clean my room, but today I'm gonna make it a effort to deep clean it, because I just wanted to clarify the space, deeply clarify the space and everything, and make it more so welcoming to whatever spirit has to say to me, and what spirit has to say to you during this reading. And the overall message that I got was, or the download that I wanted to tell y'all, maybe it could be applicable to you, maybe not, but the download was pretty much make the best out of your current situation. I'm pretty sure it's a quote that you've heard, that you probably already said to some folk, or you said to yourself many times before. But just like a lot of great quotes, that's one that should be repeated to make best out of the, situation that you're in right now. I was going to say ishy or shitty situation, but if you find yourself in a situation that is not ideal, maybe like me, you are like, I kind of want to live on my own, you know what I'm saying? Or I missed the days where I did live on my own, or whatever the case was, right? Or I didn't have much interruptions in my space. If that is your thing, focus on two things, all right? And I said this in a Virgo reading, I'm going to say this here, and then in the next sign that I read for as well, for today's readings. Focus on two things. Number one, focus on what are you going to do about your current situation. All right, it's already clear, and sorry, the lighting is keep going in and out, so I gotta remind myself I gotta always put it up. That's just what it is for now, and we're relying on natural light that it shines bright when it wants to, and it doesn't when it doesn't. But number one, focus on one thing to focus on is, what are you going to do about your current situation right now? All right, whatever that situation is right now, that you are in life that is not the most ideal. It may not be. You might be living in an ideal situation, but then there's probably something other area in your life at this moment right now that is not the most ideal. So think about what that is, and if you want to change it, think about what you're going to do to change it. That's number one. Number two, make the best of the situation that you're in right now. As I was saying before, yeah, your living situation, just to use this as an example. Once again, if it applies, apply. If it doesn't, let it flow, right? Let it go or let it fly, right? If you're in a situation right now that is not the most ideal living wise, there has to be something about it that's keeping you there. Something that you're like, it's not the most ideal, but at least I got my own room. It's not the most ideal, but this kitchen, pretty nice, and I like cooking. And because I like cooking, these are the moments where I can cherish this moment of being within this living situation. Or this bathroom, or, I can blast the music as loud as I want to, and these walls are super, super thick. Like, you can't hear nothing, what I'm saying, from the outside. But in here, ooh, I'm jamming out. But, like, whatever that situation might be, living wise or whatever, look at the ideal, what is going right, and then move in that energy. Not saying don't discount everything else. I'm not saying that. I'm saying look at what you can do to make it more ideal for yourself, but also look at what's working out well right now, because I know there has to be something. Okay, so that was the download that I got. Now, as far as the other thing that I want to do before I get into these readings, I get these daily quotes, okay? And I get them emailed to me, and they're by Inspiring Quotes. I think that's what their brand is, whatever the case is, right? And I want to read the quote to y'all. I will leave the quote in the pinned comment below. You can tell me what it means to you. What do you think the quote in general means? If it has any relevance to your life, whatever, that is an option once again. But today's quote reads as this: there is no deeper desire than the desire of being revealed. Oh yeah, I forgot to name the person of the quote, because they have the name as well. Khalil Gibran. All right. So Khalil Gibran, hopefully I pronounced their last name right, is the inventor of said quote. Maybe you're familiar with the quote. Maybe you're familiar with who Khalil Gibran is. I'm not. But nonetheless, if you want to engage with that quote down below, let's have a discussion. Tell me what it means to you, or what it means in general, what you believe it means in general, or what it does mean in general. Because to be honest with you, I don't have a clear, I'm still reading this. When I got this email this morning, I got it during I was making my breakfast. I made me some pancakes. I love me some pancakes, eggs and pancakes. That's my thing. All right. So I was eating. I read the quote, eating, and I'm like, I think I got an idea of what it means, and I'm not gonna go over it because it's gonna make these videos super long. If that's something you want to see as a viewer, let me know, and then I will gladly just incorporate my interpretation of these quotes in the videos. But I'm just trying to make sure that I save time for obviously the readings, and just being considerate of your time in general. You know what I'm saying? All of our times, Anyways, let's get right into the tarot. All right, so I'm going to shuffle these damn babies. Once again, this is a general reading for the first week of September. I'm sorry. And I might be mispronouncing it. If anyone who does speak Spanish, I mean no offense or whatever. I just love that word, in Spanish at least. But first week of September for Aries. What does it mean? What do you want to tell my Aries people? Spirit. All right. Let me go over one formality before we get to choosing the cards. As I mentioned before, I do private readings. but I will not DM you. I never will DM you for anything regarding anything. You DM me. Okay? So, if there is someone impersonating me, impersonating your other favored tarot readers, it's a fake. Please do not fall for the scam. Please, please, please. I will never beg or ask you of anything on this channel other than the simple like, share, subscribe, and not fall for scammers. That's it. Only things I ask of you to do. And all of them, honestly, are your choice. You still have a choice whether you want to leave a like. You have a choice whether you want to share the video. You have a choice whether you want to subscribe. You also have a choice whether you want to fall for a scammer or not. If somebody comes to you and they say, I'm going to do something for you, and you choose to give that person a response, I'm not saying it's your fault. Scammers are trash. They're trash people. They're trash human beings. But you responded to it. You know, there are ways to detect scammers, and whether you want to, and this is going to sound like judgment. That's the irony, because that's one of the cards you got, Aries, judgment. But this is, let me tell you, I'm not judging you when I say there are ways to detect scammers, and there are ways that, and if you ended up getting scammed, it's because you chose not to be as careful as you could have been. Again, that's not me judging you. It's you judging yourself. Alright? But no. Let's be honest. But judgment, the judgment card in tarot is actually about self-forgiveness. You know, it's not necessarily like you're stupid and you're wrong and you're blah blah blah. No, it's actually about like going within and being able to say, okay, judging yourself in a sense of saying, okay, the whether I wanted this situation to happen or not, what I'm going to do from this is learn from it. I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to forgive myself for getting in a situation. Hopefully that glare might be crazy. All right, I'm gonna try to. All right, hopefully, at least for me. You know what I'm saying? I think the glare is crazy. You might be able to see it, but trust. This is the judgment card. Yeah, let me hold it up closer. All right, boom, judgment card. So once again, it is more so of, listen, I'm in this situation, or this thing happened, and I'm not going to judge myself harshly for it. No, because that would be this energy. But it's upright. It's upright because you're in this situation of saying, listen, it happened. It happened, and how can I, move on from it? As I was stating earlier, maybe that quote, that download I was getting earlier about, just making sure that, what are you going to do about a situation that is not ideal? What are you going to do about it? Maybe that was a message specifically for you, Aries. Even though, like I said, and when I just did the Virgo reading, I told Virgos, that's a message for them. And the next sign that I do right after I do you all, I am going to tell them that same message. But it seems though, so far within this reading, that download was for you, Aries. So shout out to y'all for getting special downloads. You know what I'm saying? But just to be here we go. This is like work related. Let me turn this down. Work outside of this, because I know they're gonna call soon. Anyways, self-forgiveness. Don't judge yourself harshly, because that's not what the energy is here for. That energy is telling you, hey, listen, you need to, whatever that situation might be, Aries, think about how you are going to get out of it, but forgive yourself, because it's not your fault. Things happen in life, But being the reverse judgment card is not how you're going to get out of it. And I feel stupid because there's some. I'm just looking at this now. I'm sorry, YouTube. Please don't ban me. The judgment card got some naked booties up in here, right? And side boob action, and I forgot to block it. Ugh! Let me not judge myself. Anyways, next card though. On next card, unfortunately, you have. Well, you know what? I won't say unfortunately, only because of this. By the way, it's the Six of Swords. All right, but whatever energies that you get, both preferred energies or not preferred energies, like just again, let's go back to the booty card. No, the judgment card, right? Let me block the booties now. Did I block them all? All right, the booty card, right? But no, judgment, right? So look back at this, right? If it was like this, that means that this energy is still here. So even if it was reversed for you, the fact of the matter is you can still have a rebirth. You can still have a resurgence. You can still have self-forgiveness. It just all depends on how you are going to move and react to the energy that is around. So with that being said, there ain't no booties I got to block here. Good. But the Six of Swords is in reverse. So there's some emotional baggage that you have. Okay? Now with, again, the positivity of the judgment card that I believe, that, or the presence of the judgment card, let me put it that way, there is that the possibility of moving forward from this emotional baggage is here. It's around. But you need to stop living in the past. You know what I'm saying? It might be some unfinished business as well. But and I'm not saying just give up on whatever that thing is, but getting through how you are able to sail through, as you see, there's the man and he's sailing through this. How you're able to sail through this is not judging yourself negatively. It's not being woe is me. It's, again, accepting your situation and then being able to say, okay, it is what it is right now, but it is not my fault and I can move from it, and this is how I can move from it, you know? With that being said, again, this is heavy energy that you're having in your reading right now. All right, Aries. Now, I want y'all to get out of this. Seriously. You got the sun in reverse, okay? Now, I don't need to block the kid. His private parts are blocked by the horse. But nonetheless, I'm not going to hold this up for too long anyways. All right? But nonetheless, there's still, I would say, low vibration energy that you have here, Aries, in this first week of September. And again, I want you, and I want to block these booties, but I want you to be understanding that, listen, you need to forgive yourself. Whatever the situation is, whatever you find yourself in, it might not be okay, but you will be okay. Woo! I think that's going to be the title. The situation might not be okay, Aries, but you will be okay. You will be okay if, and only if, you stop judging yourself. Only if you forgive yourself. You forgive yourself for your part in whatever this situation is, and you move forward. And you think of a plan of how to move forward, and you enact that. Alright? I'm hiding the booties, but do not let your booty hide. I'm sorry, I've tried to do something there. I'm trying to make you feel good. I'm trying to be humorous, but cause you got this again. You got. Well, I said again. I don't know. I don't remember if it was in your last reading, but you do have the Three of Pentacles. Yep, Three of Pentacles in reverse as well. So this goes more so to group conflict. Now, whether this situation that you find yourself in or that you're in right now, again, you know if it's applicable to you, of course. This is just a general reading. But I feel as though if this applies to some Aries out there, Sun, Moon, Rising, wherever it is in your chart, if it's applicable to you, the situation that you are down about probably has to do with other people, and you are in a situation to where you're kind of judging yourself, or that you where you're not judging yourself. All right, that's the good thing. Again, once again, let me hide the butts. The good thing is you're moving in this energy, so you're not necessarily judging yourself. But there are other energies, like I said, lack of confidence, pessimism, and emotional baggage. That's still there. And it's probably still there because whatever this situation is that you find yourself in regarding these other individuals, they're bringing up, they're conjuring that type of energy in you. But as I stated moments ago, the situation might not be okay, but you will be okay as long as you forgive yourself. You cannot control these other people. You can't control them. Don't even try. Don't even give it a dang try. Don't try to control them. You can control yourself. You can forgive yourself. You can ultimately forgive these people if you decide to do so. And I know not everyone, is, a Bible thumper or whatever. I wouldn't even consider myself a Bible thumper. But I do know for a fact that in the Bible, people got this whole big thing about forgiveness and saying that you must forgive people. What they conveniently leave out is the individuals have to sincerely ask you for forgiveness. And then when someone reaches out to you asking for your forgiveness, then you give them your forgiveness. Now, I am a practitioner of free will. I believe that if you want to follow that way, you can do so. If you have your own idea of forgiveness, meaning you can forgive somebody without them having to reach out to you to ask for forgiveness, then by all means do that as well. I practice that. I wouldn't say, and I do it, and I'm only speaking about me just a bit. I'm not an Aries, I'm a Virgo, but I'm speaking about it just a bit, just to hopefully give you some type of clarity. All right. I practice that only because of selfish reasons. I don't want to hold on to whatever that hurt that I have for the individual, for that situation. I don't want to hold on to it. So I forgive them in a sense of it's going to let go of that situation. But here's the thing. Things do not return back to how they once were before. If I forgave someone who didn't necessarily come to me asking for that forgiveness, we don't go back to how it was before that thing they did. Yeah, thumbs up. But we don't go back to how things were before they hurt me. We just don't. It's a situation of I forgive you, but I want nothing to do with you. And that's how I operate when it comes to situations of people I've forgiven who haven't reached out and asked for my forgiveness. Now, again, as far as the other way, if people reach out and ask for my forgiveness, I just give it because that's what the Bible says. I don't follow everything in the Bible, of course, but that's just one of the rules or pinnacles or whatever you want to call it, or teachings or whatever, that I feel as though, again, is beneficial for my soul and also the other individual. But even with that situation, it's not like I'm going to go back to seeing that individual, treating them, and things aren't going to go back to how it was before when they ended up hurting me. So I say all that just to say, Aries, self-forgiveness is important. But these individuals, if whatever the situation that you might find yourself in, that is, there's this group conflict that's causing this, that is really heavy in this reading right now, whatever that situation is, you can decide to forgive them when you are ready, whether they reach out or not, or instantly just say, I forgive you if they reach out. But at the end of the day, to you to get out of this rut that you're in, it is up to you. It's not up to them. Whatever situation they find themselves in because of this rut, it is not up to you to save. Now, if they're Aries as well, this reading is obviously for them. But if they're another sign, then listen, Aries, I, as a Virgo, am advising you to be more selfish in that aspect of focus on making sure you're good first. Focus on yourself first and make sure you're good. And then if you feel up to it, go on and help those other folk. Use your discernment. And that's also the message that I want to give to y'all as well, as in regards to, deciding on whether you're going to believe someone, a tarot reader, if they want to DM you or not. First of all, we all say we don't DM you. So if I am saying it, I can't speak for the others, but if I say I do not DM you, that means if you get a DM from me, it's not real. It doesn't mean, he maybe was saying he don't DM Virgos, he don't DM Geminis, he don't DM Aquariuses. No, I don't DM all the signs. Whether you're my sign, whether you're not. The other 11 signs. I don't DM you at all. So, again, just had to say that just to say use your discernment and forgive yourself before I put these cards away. Because I like to put them away at the end. So, just in case camera issues and I got to re-record, I have the cards out there and I don't have to pull again. That's just how I do things. But anyways, thank you, Aries, for watching. If you've watched this long and you stayed stuck around, thank you. You're a real one, and it shows me that you're someone who is at least open to hearing maybe not so pleasant readings, because here, I don't know what the other channels are doing, or I do know, but I don't know what everybody's doing. But I'm not going to give you, I'm always going to try to see the positive in your situation and then express that within the message, of course. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I do things in general. But it's not always going to be peaches and cream. It's not always going to be peaches and cream. Sometimes it's going to be crud cake. But crud cake is still cake. And not saying you have to eat it. Don't eat it if you don't want to eat it. But you could say this cake is cruddy. And I know what crud cake tastes like, and it's cruddy, and I don't want to taste this anymore. So you know what? What can I do to make sure that I make peaches and cream or whatever cake or dessert that you like, if you are a dessert person, all right? I only name that because I'm a sweet guy. You know what I'm saying? I like sweets. But that's that. Thank you for watching once again. If you've got any value from this reading, comment, share, subscribe. Once again, check out the daily quote that is down there for today's reading. If you want to engage with it, go ahead. If you want to simply just engage with the reading, the overall message in general, feel free to do that as well. The only thing that I beg of you not to do is to fall for scammers. Meaning, if there's anyone who is impersonating me or impersonating any other tarot reader that you might be paying attention to here on YouTube, do not fall for the scam. Please. That's the one thing I beg of you not to do. If you desire a personal reading from me, DM me. I do not DM you. You DM me. You can do so by sending an email in the description box below. And we can go forward with, setting up I'll tell you what my services are, of course, and then we can go about setting up a day and a time for said reading. That's that. Aries, thanks for coming along again, and until next time, until next video, peace out.